Meizu has been slinging flagship devices at the market for years now, but those have been having a hard time sticking around in meaningful numbers. This is especially true lately as local rival Xiaomi has been showering itself in glory, overshadowing Meizu in the process. Now, with the MX4, Meizu is ready to try again. Plenty is on offer with this phone, including a big 5.4-inch display, an octa-core processor and a 21-megapixel camera. For this, you have to whip out $450, but don't expect to find this phone on the shelves of your local store. So does the attractive price tag and the seemingly infallible specs make the MX4 a competitive device? This is Chris with Phone Arena, let's find out. The Meizu MX4 packs a 5.4-inch screen that's plenty big. So how big of a device are we talking about? Well, the MX4 is actually slightly smaller than the LG G3, which is great. The device is also kind of light at 5.19 ounces, and that's always good news. Meizu's latest flagship feels very solid in the hand and matches your palm nicely thanks to that rounded back, so overall ergonomics are excellent. The materials used with the phone are well selected as well. We've got a metal frame and a very soft plastic shell at the back. Metal is also used with the power and volume keys, both of which provide excellent tactile feedback, though the former is located at the top, which is a problem with devices this big. Overall, we can't say that the MX4 won us over with its looks. It's not bad by any and all means, but the rear shell is kind of unsightly. An extra big 5.36-inch IPS screen is what the MX4 has going on. The resolution is a bit odd at 1152 by 1920, but it's good for the excellent 418 pixels per inch. For protection, Meizu is using a Gorilla Glass 3 cover, which should safeguard against scratches and even small drops. Also excellent are the maximum and minimum levels of brightness the display can produce, 535 and 2 nits respectively. These numbers are corroborated by our own findings, as reading the screen outside was easy even with the sun over our shoulder, and the extremely low brightness of the panel also allowed for a comfortable viewing during the night. As for the screen's color reproduction, we're looking at acceptable deviations from the target, though the core temperature at 7778 kelvins is a bit too high, and that results in a bluish overcast. The display's coldness is not its only drawback though, as gamma at 2.01 is also subpar. Ideally, that number would have read 2.2. In order to differentiate its products from the competitors, Meizu is actually using a custom software on its devices. The company's custom Android overlay called FlymeOS and based on Android 4.4 KitKat has been around for a while, and that shows. FlymeOS is pretty different from what we're used to. To start off, there's only one capacitive navigation key on the bottom bezel, a circle for home. On either sides of it, there's nothing, but both areas are actually active and work only if you swipe them up, which brings up a small horizontal tab with your recent apps. If you simply want to go back a step, you just swipe up the home button or use the on-screen back button when available. The icon set is quite different too, but we mostly like the flat and extremely stripped down visuals. We also like Meizu's take on the notification and settings menus, both of which are attractive and down to the point. In terms of extras, as you might expect, there are only a few. Interestingly enough, Meizu has implemented a feature that is identical to Apple's Spotlight search, including the way you call it up from the home screen, with a swipe up at the upper part of the screen. Whatever Meizu calls this feature, its function is quite simple, to allow you to perform quick searches with a scope that transcends beyond what's on your smartphone, as it looks up stuff online too. Like so many other Chinese manufacturers, the MX4 also comes with its own theme engine and app store. Both of these are filled with extras, like a ton of custom themes, but at least on our sample model of the MX4, these are both in Chinese, so they're pretty much impossible to navigate. Lastly, there's a Security Center app, which is more of a suite type deal, as it allows you to clear out junk files, identify which the largest files on your MX4 are, and also even look out for viruses. Aboard the MX4 is the just released octa-core MediaTek MT6595 along with 2GB of RAM. The chipset has two clusters of 4 cores working in an ARM Big Little configuration. In simpler terms, this means that the chipset intelligently evaluates the task at hand and switches between the two clusters depending on the number crunching requirements. So, for example, if your phone is idling and just receiving notifications from Viber or Facebook or something like that, the processor will likely just use